Welcome back, everybody, to the Anything Goes Podcast. My name is Jake.
Andy.
Dewey.
And we're missing Alex. Don't worry, he's not gone forever. Well, he might. We don't know if he's going to die.
No.
Just kidding. No. He's just sick and whatnot. He's alright.
Pray for him to get better.
Do what you gotta do. But yeah, he'll be back soon. For you guys, it might be longer than what it actually is because we record multiple episodes. But he'll probably be back in, 2 weeks for us?
Yeah.
Something about that, yeah.
To them, probably a lot longer.
Right.
At least 3 weeks. Because we still have one episode to come out yet.
Mm-hmm.
Today's topics, we had somebody comment, actually, surprisingly enough. They said they wanted to hear us talk about conspiracy theories.
Shout out to Marshawn.
Marshawn Lynch.
Yep.
Not the actual athlete.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Probably a fanboy.
Probably someone who made an account with his name.
But if you are the actual, come on,
Come on the podcast, man.
Right?
He's famous.
Help
That,
us
that would
out.
actually be a big type of hit right there. And he does do shit like that too. If you
That'd
never,
be cool, dude.
if you
Some
never heard
skills.
about Marshawn Lynch, man, he's an awesome character.
Bring
Yeah.
some Skittles, man.
Oh, dude,
Perfect.
he is. He's awesome.
Yeah. But he commented and said that he wants to see us talk about conspiracy theories. I guess we could talk about our views about them. Some that we are really against, some that we might actually think were probable. For you guys, what are you guys' views on conspiracy theories?
There's some stuff that I believe in, and then there's some stuff I don't.
I'm the
that
same
I
way.
just-
There's some stuff I could buy. I can see that.
Like, I cannot buy Bigfoot, man. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, that's just a hard, like, that he's still out there. Like, you could probably say that there once was a Bigfoot that's the missing link or
I can
whatever.
see maybe 50 years ago or something like that.
100 years.
Possibly. Possibly there's something out there.
Hairy
This
man.
day and age, we haven't found shit.
Yeah.
Nothing. You just see those fucking videos. You watch them all the damn
Fucking
time.
Finding Bigfoot show on Animal Planet, dude. They're at the point where, because I watch it a lot, I don't believe in Bigfoot, but I like the show. They are at the point now to where, without a doubt, Bigfoot's real, but they just go in a competition who can find the most evidence. Like, Team
Not
A
even find
found footprints or heard noises or heard calls or came in contact with them, but for some reason it's never on camera.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
It's
like,
not about discovering Bigfoot, because they believe Bigfoot, he's already discovered in their mind.
Right.
That's what they
But
want you to
there's
believe.
not any proof, and there it always it's like, it just always leads to, oh, well, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 and da-da-da, and yada, 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 but you never have the actual proof there to show to the public.
With the day and age, with the cameras we have, we would have seen that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
But I don't think I have much experience because I guess I don't really look that kind of stuff up, so I really don't know a lot. So most of the ones I see, I really don't believe, like Flat Earth.
Dude, Flat Earth is...
Oh.
I feel like that was started as a troll.
Probably.
And just some idiots saw it.
But you got a celebrity, a big-time celebrity
Doesn't mean he's
believing
not
in
an
it.
idiot.
Irving.
Kyrie Irving
God.
believes in the shit.
BYB, or not BYB, BOB, I mean, believes it.
Oh, man.
See, I'm like,
That's
there's
just-
another
that's
aspect.
so we're
sad.
just floating through the like. I don't get what the
So,
because if it's flat Earth, so the sun so flat Earth apparently in flat Earth theory, like I read a little bit about it, the sun revolves around us. We don't revolve around the sun.
Dude, and I've heard like a bunch of different theories of how the world's structured. Like a bunch of different ones for me. From what
Really?
I've looked up.
dude, I just can't get behind that. I can't even entertain the fact that...
And it's like with other stuff in like, in space, it's all, you always see like the face of it. You never see like the side or anything.
Yeah.
It's always the
I
face.
saw a post on Facebook about that where all the planets are round and all that, but Earth's flat.
Yeah. We're the only ones.
It's the only one that's flat.
Yeah, but you see no pictures of the edge ever.
No.
None.
Like, take me, because apparently there's like an ice wall or something like
Something.
that.
Well,
Is
I was
that,
about
is
but
that
I
what
was about
their
to say,
thing
like,
is?
if you really had if people have a really advanced microscope, to look at.
When you take I never
Like,
been
when
on
you-
an
when you
airplane,
go,
but
like-
when you fly an airplane, you can see the curvature of the Earth.
Well, yeah, but I was about to say another thing though is look at the moon with your microscope, with your fancy microscope, and you will not see the same craters
Yeah,
because
it
it's
rotates.
round.
Yeah.
It rotates.
Shit,
it's
I got a
round.
telescope right now. We can go and
Test this
check
out,
it
man.
out. Yeah,
That's what
like-
I'm saying. You will not see the same craters. Apparently, you might see the American flag up there though. But I don't know.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
what about the moon landing?
I
My
don't-
dad was highly against moon landing. Quick tip. Arabella thinks I was on the moon landing. I told her that. She told her friends at school.
Oh,
My daughter, she's 6 years old, about to be 7. She believes I was one of the astronauts on the moon. So, as far as she's concerned, it's real. I've been there.
She also thinks you're Eminem too.
She does. Anyways, the moon landing, like, I kind of think we went on the moon, but then again, I could buy the idea that we didn't, because more and more I see, like, one, why don't we have this technology go back?
Right.
You think we have better technology than
But to be fair, we have to talk the zeitgeist, because space race with Russia.
Yeah.
So there was more precedence to go to the moon.
So,
Right.
more reason to fake it, too.
Yeah,
True.
a reason to fake it. Exactly, because one thing that I was reading about in an article, though, too, about it, because I'll get into, like, if I see something and I get, like, you know, it piques my interest, I always have to look into it a little bit further and look up articles and stuff like that. But there was one article that was stating that Neil Armstrong, the first person to land on the moon, he doesn't even talk about it. I mean, he's just now, he apparently just now came out and started talking about it, but for all these years, for you not to talk about it?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy to me. That's crazy. Sure. Why would you land on the moon and not want to talk about it? That'd be my go-to every time. Like,
every conversation, like,
you fit it in somewhere. You fit it in somewhere.
Back
like,
when I was on the moon, the Earth didn't look flat to me.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you fit it in somewhere. You'd be talking about, like, oh, my favorite ice cream is cookies and cream. Oh, yeah, cookies and cream, that reminds me of the moon. Yeah, I've been on that. I was the first guy, actually.
I'll be bragging.
Like, you brag about it every chance you get, but him, no. So,
Like, I just read something where I think they finally have an all-female, like, personnel up in the space station. They just sent out a couple females.
well, yeah. I can believe that now we're making it to outer space, and now that we're out
go to space,
with the technology we have, yes.
For sure.
But come on now, back then, what was it, 1969?
I forget what year it was.
Yeah.
Probably
I think it was. And like I said, the technology we had, we didn't even have cell phones. And
speaking of that, now I don't mean to cut you off. How did they get internet connection out there? Because they recorded it all live. How the fuck? I only have shit internet at my house.
Yeah.
I guess it's NASA. They got millions of dollars, but still.
Sure.
But that leads me to the next conspiracy theory, though, of where's all our technology coming from these days? How are we coming up with it? Are these people really coming up with it? Or is it just alien technology that we are sourcing to bring out to the public?
I've seen some shit about that. So there's a theory. I don't know if you've seen it.
Never heard of it.
So apparently, I looked this up quite a bit. A lot of people believe that Hitler was in contact with aliens. He's designed. You can look it up and see that he designed ships that look like UFOs.
Yeah.
And all that. So they believe he is in contact with aliens, and then in the war they captured one, or however, but usually they talk about just one. Sent him to Area 51 and had been using him to create technology for modern day. That's the theory.
So after the war, they got him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I was about to say, I can probably kind of believe that, because during the First World War, submarines, that was a big thing.
Yeah.
During the First Civil War, nobody knew, or not Civil War, but World War. That was a big thing, though. Like, they did not have technology like sonar radar to detect the submarines and whatnot. So these things were just blasting ships and stuff like that, you know, which was crazy during that time period.
But I don't know if I believe that.
I think that's a little bit out there. It's more interesting than believable.
It's a little out there.
Now, I believe in aliens.
Yes.
I don't know necessarily if they're like the aliens that...
Well, no, there could be just, bacteria.
Yeah, it could be like fucking animals. I believe the aliens are out there. I don't know if they're like smart and super advanced that media likes to portray.
I mean, the calculation that people made about how many similar Earths there are, I mean, there's got to be some kind of bacteria.
There's
some kind of human, other type of form of life out there.
I mean, like Mars with the water and stuff like that.
Yeah. Earth can't be the only one.
I mean, because they always say there's tons of galaxies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's many different galaxies. So, with that being said, there has to be. Now, it might be millions.
Are they advances?
Are they more advanced than
that Hollywood likes to portray?
It's
are
like,
they that big?
It's like, why are they always like these super advanced like tier.
That's the question.
Higher, it's like why can't you just have like some like cavemen?
Yeah.
Or some random people that are just like us.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
aliens. They're like that.
Right.
Jesus.
Because like, what if on their world though they're just making aliens out to be people just like us?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Dude, a lot of people believe that aliens came during Egyptian time.
Built pyramids and
They
all
built
that.
Yes.
pyramids and stuff.
yes.
Which
Which
some of the stuff kind of looks convincing, because how did they have the tools to make some of the shit they made? I
a
don't know.
lot
I
of
think that's a little-
manpower, they said.
Yeah, I
a
think
lot
that's a
of
little
manpower.
far
A
out
lot
there
of
too.
slaves.
They
A lot of
did, dude.
slaves. So, I mean, I don't know.
But now, what really gets me was back when it first was made. I don't know how these people did this, but to make things so smooth, like the rock so smooth,
Yeah, where
That
there's
a
like
paper
laser
can-
cut.
yeah, to where like a paper couldn't even fit under there, like that type of precision during that time amazes me too.
Yeah, with primitive tools.
Maybe
I don't
like,
know how
yeah.
they
maybe
did
like
that.
they
dude.
use like mud concealant.
I
something?
don't know, man. I don't know what they use, but it's crazy.
But then again, it's like, it goes back to, can you believe in blacksmiths? And some people still do it the same way, like make swords, make weapons the same way as they did back
Yeah.
in the
Dude,
Middle Ages.
Because I don't know if you guys watch the show Forge and Fire
No.
on Discovery. It's basically like there's cooking shows where how like they cook, present plates, and they get voted off by the judges. It's basically that, but they make knives.
Okay. that's
Same
cool.
style, and it's all about like old school, like you're talking about, like blacksmith style.
Mhm.
And it always makes me think, like, how the fuck did people know how to do that back then? Like
Experiment,
the forged metal. Like nowadays, yeah, you can look it up, but back then, how the fuck do people do that?
Well,
I mean, you could apply
it
that
goes
to anything,
it
really.
goes through tradition though. I mean,
How we know how to
but
cook.
it goes back to who was the first person to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
Who's the first person that sat there and said, I'm just going to take this and then put it in fire and then
And
bang
you gotta
on
have,
it.
You gotta have hot enough fire. It can't just be normal
Yeah.
like campfire.
Well, I mean,
Right.
you could just apply that to anything, right? I mean, how do we know how to cook? How do we know how to, build houses? Calculus with Isaac Newton. How do we know how to do any of that? There's got to be
Yeah,
a
like
frontier of that.
Well,
what I
that's
always
different. I feel like shelter's one thing. Like people build shit. Like, oh,
Well, yeah,
I'm
you
getting
learn it,
rained
and
on.
you-
I'm gonna fucking build it.
Right,
You get
you learn
better
over
as
time.
as you do it. But who's just gonna say like that fucking rock there that looks
That's
all
true.
shiny? I'm gonna break that down. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
right.
put some fire.
That's true.
I'm gonna make it look like a fucking spear. I'm gonna kill shit with it. Like who
Right.
the fuck thinks of that?
Right,
Hell yeah.
exactly. And then there's one that I always just find a kicker. Who was the first person that sat there and said, that just came out of a chicken's ass and I'm going to sit there and crack it open and eat it?
That's true.
Like,
Maybe a guy got desperate, It's like, I gotta
Gotta
eat something.
Gotta eat something,
I
man. I'm
couldn't
gonna eat
catch
this
the
fucking
chicken.
shit.
Gotta do something, man. That's true. That's kind of weird, like how we discovered. All
like
these
maybe the
different
meat, maybe the shit's as good as the meat. I don't know.
Who knows, man?
things. I don't know if it's a theory or not, but like with AIDS, like how a guy, do a monkey or whatever, like.
I've always heard that. I don't know if that's true or not, or if it's just they got AIDS from eating monkeys. That could
Yeah,
be just
True.
I
like
have
that,
no
yeah.
idea how that even
Someone
came
fucking
But
about.
like, if
monkey,
it is
man.
true, it's like, dang it, you got desperate, or he was experimenting, either one, and he went out and.
Well, yeah, but there's people like that are fucked up in the mind
Yeah.
now, man.
You-
Like
I
it's
can
ridiculous.
believe it
Like,
though.
oh yeah, I can believe it because there's so many messed up people out there now. Because like, haven't you guys heard that story that just was? I think it was about 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. About the dude that dressed up as a Siberian Husky to fuck his Siberian Husky.
What?
I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
he's in jail now because they finally
Oh
caught him.
my
Like I was watching
God.
Kid Chris show
Dude, there's
or
a-
listening to the Kid
A
Chris show.
YouTuber is a girl who publicly on her channel talked about fucking her dog.
I
She
know
didn't
who that
dress
is.
up.
I
She
know who
didn't
that
dress up
is.
like no fucking dog didn't fuck her. But
I know who that is.
yeah. Oh my god.
Well, yeah, I know of those things too because I'm like I don't know. Again, I go into full detail mode. I got to know every detail,
Yeah.
why it's happening, and what the hell's going on here. Like what type of thinking is this? Like, cause like I've never once sat there and said, "Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna fuck that dog."
Right? Like
No.
I'm the same way. Like I'm fascinated by people in psychology. Like I always want to know motives
Like
behind
the
shit.
thinking behind it. Like
What drove you to fuck a dog?
Right. Yeah, exactly. And so what I found out was there's people that are just sick-minded. They're called what is it? What's the term for it? Bestiality.
Yeah.
It's just they're just called bestialities. They just have sex with animals. But then there's what they call zoophilia. Zoophilia
What's that?
is love for an animal. You love that animal as you would a partner.
And they would like still like.
And they would have sex with it, like they would still have sex with it, but they love that animal. Like they're absolutely in love with it.
So, that's more like a marriage. Bestiality is like you're treating it like a dirty slut. Like,
yeah, exactly.
But I heard someone got married to like a tree or something. Like, oh man.
Oh, there's a ton of freaks out there.
That's tough.
I don't mean to call them freaks.
They are freaks, man.
Let's be real here.
You're
marrying a tree, you're fucking a dog.
You're fucking animals, man. You're a freak. I don't care. You're fucking
I wasn't trying to offend anybody. If we had some weirdos for our podcast, okay? I'm sorry.
Hey, man. Yeah, they could come on and explain their position. I mean, hey,
come
we're
on the
open minded.
Yeah, anything goes. That's what it is.
We're open minded. We'll hear you out,
We're willing to invite any bestiality or zootopia, whatever.
Zoophilia. He called it zootopia.
Whatever the fuck that is.
Zoophilia.
Come on the podcast. Explain why you do what you do.
That's
right.
We'll hear you
yeah,
out.
True. I'm willing to hear you out. I'm willing to understand.
We got away from the conspiracy theories, though.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just crazy to me that people do that shit.
But who knows? Maybe they're doing it for science, man. See if they're
going
to be half-breed animals.
Hell to the no.
Dude, I seen this thing. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I know it's fake. It's called a homunculus or whatever. Have you guys seen that?
Homunculus?
Yeah.
A monkey?
No, it's a chicken and a human. But basically, back in the day, like Roman times, they believed that you can make a half chicken, half human.
Which is impossible.
Yeah, it is. But apparently there's this YouTube channel of this guy who's experimented with it, and it actually happened. It's all fake, but basically he got a chicken egg and he jacked off and inserted it into the egg without breaking the egg open. He did a little hole and put it in, and then put it in some sort of solution for 40 days, and it cracked open and it became like this like blob creature that would eat shit.
Like, let's say, like, he wanted us to believe it. Like, that's like not.
That's not
logical
how you do it.
at all. That's not how that works.
It's not.
But
whatsoever.
even though I knew it was fake, I was fascinated by the videos. I watched every single one of them.
Dude, I know on Facebook, I always see like the dog and the human mix thing, but I don't know if that's probably fake.
About, man.
I don't know. I always seen like it was like a human or.
Oh, I know what you're
dog
talking
thing,
about.
and
I know
having a
what
bunch
you're
of
talking about.
babies
I think
or
that's
something.
Photoshop.
Yeah,
Pretty sure that's Photoshop.
it's obviously fake, but I kept seeing them. I'm like, oh my god.
Dude, Alex Jones believes that there's animal and human hybrids. Well, on Joe Rogan talking about it, man.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Like, don't he believe like something like frogs or something? Like,
What is it about frog? Like,
the chemicals in the water turn the frogs gay, which turns people gay and stuff like that.
This man's off the chain.
So he says like what, like being gay is like because like the water or something.
Yeah. Because chemicals that they're putting in food, they're putting in water, they're putting in through the faucet and whatnot. It's not filtered enough and blah blah. They can add any chemicals they want to it.
Now with that, I think it's possible to fuck with people's brains enough, put chemicals in it, and maybe possibly it could turn somebody gay. Pink kryptonite turns Superman gay.
Yeah, man. Anything can happen. Anything.
Well, that was just trying to get some gay followers. Come on now.
Oh yeah, trying to get his clout up.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. But yeah, I don't see that being necessarily true.
If you think about it, there's medication that warns you if you have suicidal thoughts about being on this medication, call a doctor. If something can make you want to commit suicide, something could probably turn you gay.
Well, I don't think. Yeah, but here's the thing: who hasn't in here thought about had like at least one suicidal thought, one time? You don't follow through with it. You don't follow through with it.
A medication forcing your brain to come up with these ideas that you want to kill yourself.
No,
it's altering your brain.
Where does it say that? It says suicidal thoughts. So what I'm thinking when it says suicidal thoughts is it intensifies it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you.
Well, maybe you have ideas like maybe I will suck a dick. I wouldn't, but maybe I will.
I think with that,
you drink this water, it's like, all right, I'm sucking
a
dick.
The chemical is reduced. What chemical is it? Dopamine, maybe?
Yeah, dopamine.
Well, yeah, but wouldn't they just snap out of it once the chemical's gone?
Yeah, there's what permanent chemical would medicine.
I'm not saying I believe it. I'm trying to entertain the idea.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like
well, I just broke the idea right there. It's like, wouldn't you just snap out of it?
You don't know what you're talking about.
Like, let me just sit there and give Dewey this gay water. Eventually, let me just take it away now too and see if Oh yeah,
unless he's permanently affected.
But there's
by it.
obviously like things.
like it's like off the Family Guy episode where he's sitting there sucking dick and taking it and whatnot.
Yeah.
Then he fucking finally realizes
You
like,
got the gay gene or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, there is like lobotomies and like brain damage, obviously, but that's completely different.
Yeah.
oh, like I have I was about to say, like I have a few gay friends, you know what I'm saying, and they say like, you know, one of them says that they've always been that way,
Yeah.
you know, and then the other one was like they tried it and liked it, and my ex, I have no idea, she just became lesbian out of nowhere, so I'm like,
I feel like there's people like that. It's always there. They may
Yeah.
not follow through with it yet, and you know they experiment. Like, okay, this is like you said. Like he tried it, but he always thought about it. That
Right.
you are who you are from birth, but you just don't discover the things until you actually do them.
True.
That's what.
Because I don't think. Have you ever seen like a gay dude like go straight at all? Because if it
I
is
never
like
heard
that,
no
then
stories
there's-
like that, man.
I was gonna say we should have had Jeffrey on here because he's got a.
You calling Jeff gay, man?
That's what we ain't watching.
He's
No.
talking about. You know, have you heard of any gay men went straight? We should have had Jeff on here.
No, we should have because he's actually got an uncle. I forget which one it is because, like, you know, I always joke with him. Is it Uncle Barry and Aunt Rodney or Aunt Barry and Uncle Rodney? You know?
They get Timmy on
And he's like, whichever one's pitching that night. So, but anyways, so his whichever one his true uncle was married, has kids, and like, you know, and had them for like I guess 13 years, was married to the woman until he came out that he was gay.
Yeah, I've heard of stuff like that a
There's
lot.
tons of stuff like that, and I think that's more society based.
Right.
You know,
like
people are
social
afraid to
structures.
come out. Yeah, they try to be normal, but then you know
Right.
it's given. It's like fuck, I'm gonna be happy.
But I do hear there's like some gay dudes that actually just have kids just to have them. I know
Yeah,
there's like some celebrity, like a Hispanic guy that did
dude,
that.
my cousin. I'm not gonna name his name, but he talked about doing that with one of his friends. You know, they were both gay, but they like if it ever comes down to I want to have a kid with you,
Oh,
sort of thing.
interesting. Interesting.
I'm
What, man,
saying
it's
that
just
because the
heterosexual
girl
sex, man.
is like super obese
Oh.
and the dykiest girl you could think of, but 300 pounds.
Oh.
Yeah.
She purple hair. and,
Yeah, short
Ooh,
hair.
SJW.
Oh God. Now, do
Yeah.
you think those ones are really dykes, or is it because they just can't get any from a male?
I don't know. That is a good question.
I don't know,
Like-
You
man.
say like,
Like-
but you got what a guy turned gay just because he can't get any chicks. You know.
Yeah, it could potentially.
I mean,
I
there
don't
are
think
people
I would
out there-
ever go gay. Well, there's people in prison that do that.
Right.
To be honest,
that's what I'm
I
saying.
couldn't do it.
I mean,
Or
there's-
maybe
there's-
because I've never been in that predicament. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
there's people out there fucking animals probably because they can't get anything, man. They gotta go get an animal, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
possible,
Like,
I guess.
like that's my theory. Like that's my conspiracy theory of my own little. Like I just think chicks like that and guys that don't get none, they go to other things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now
They find where they can be accepted.
Well, I mean,
exactly. But here's what I never understood though with the whole girl and guy thing. Like, there's someone out there that would be like. There's someone out
You know
there.
what I
No
don't
matter
fucking
what.
get?
Like it depends on your standards, I guess. At this point, like in my theory, it depends on your standards. There's always someone that you can
Yeah.
go out there and find and fuck.
What
You know, let's be honest.
what gets
But-
under my skin are the lesbians that are against men, hate men with a passion, but one looks straight up like a dude. She acts
Yes.
like a fucking dude.
Yes, those
So
are the
you
ones
hate
that-
men, but you want
Right.
to be a man?
Right.
Fucking get out of here with that.
Dude, what I
bullshit.
hate is
Right.
a lesbian that's hot and she's with the ugly chick.
And
Like, that's just disappointing, man.
well, yeah, but another thing, man, that just it really irks the shit out of me. Yeah, so they're lesbian, they dress up like a man, but then you got this hot ass chick with that is a lesbian too. Is it? And you're dating this chick that looks like a man. It's like,
Yeah. So don't
wait
you
a
like
second,
men? Like,
and you're taking a fucking strap on dildo. What is going on here?
yeah, I don't get it. So they try to like emulate being a man, even though they're lesbian. They want to get with the girls that are lesbian.
if you talk to them, they despise men. Fucking
that,
despise
yeah, that
them.
doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense at all.
It doesn't make no sense, and that's what triggers my anger right there. Is like, I don't fucking understand.
Yeah.
Now
You want
I
the
can
gay
look
ass
up as
people,
many.
that's cool.
Yeah, I was about to say I can look up as many freaking articles as possible, but nothing's going to tell me to like or help me understand what it is that you're fucking doing here, because like you guys got me hot now, but
Hey, man, go ahead.
dressed like a guy, acts like a guy.
Uses a dildo like
Uses
a
a dildo like a guy. But not a guy, and with a hot chick that hates guys too.
I don't get that.
And that's very confusing.
So much for conspiracy.
If
theory,
you're
man.
if you're a
we're
fucking,
far out that window.
if
Sorry
you're
about
fucking
Sean.
if you are gay, be gay. You know what I'm saying?
Cool, you know,
Be gay.
You know, it doesn't
but-
affect me at all, but still,
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
get
At
it.
least be consistent, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
exactly.
women, be with a woman. Don't be with a.
Don't be with a
man.
wannabe man. Yeah, a wannabe man. Now,
'Cause you
that's-
can get men.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You can get men anytime you fucking want.
Probably easier.
Probably, actually.
Actually, easier. I'm gonna say easier, not even probably.
Dude. With the whole fucking feminist shit, dude, women already rule the world.
Oh
They-
yeah.
With me, there's times where I'm like, you know, getting in a fight with the wife and all that, and like, I'm not gonna give in. I'm gonna wait for her. But then
Doesn't happen.
a couple hours later, if I see my window, I'm going for it every fucking time.
Yeah.
But she can outlast me anytime she wants.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy because, you know, you sit there and you try to hold on to that thing whenever you're in an argument with your significant other or whatever. You try to hold on to that and build it to a certain point. But they outlast you with whatever. They outlast you or they
Women
throw
hold grudge,
something.
man.
Petty, man.
Yeah, like. Or they throw it 10 times worse your way.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay. She's sitting there like, you know, all mad and doesn't care, wants to, like, you know, ignore you.
Yeah.
So now you're like, okay, that's cool with me. I like to be ignored anyways. You know, I like
I'm gonna
my own
ignore her ass
privacy.
back.
I'm just going to ignore her ass back and tell her I don't care to everything. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, you know, you're like, you start off, I don't care. Then it just builds up with her and then starts a whole nother thing. And then you're just like, well, what the fuck did I just do?
Yeah. Yeah. They
And you give in eventually.
You know what I don't get is like when they're like, you're gonna sleep on the couch. Like, I ain't sleeping on the couch. You can try to kick me off the bed, see how far you get. I ain't going on sleeping on the couch.
I like sleeping on the couch, man.
Yeah,
I
true.
don't like sleeping on the couch.
Watch TV, man. Cause I don't have a TV in my bedroom. Watch
I got a
something.
TV in
Well,
my
that
bedroom.
makes sense.
But it's more like, me, it's just like sometimes, either that night my bed's hurt my back or whatever, and I just feel a little bit more comfortable.
Dude,
out
there's
in
people
my
out there
bed
that make me
sometimes.
so mad. They have a bedroom and they never sleep in it. They always sleep on the couch.
It's fucking Jeff, dude.
Yeah.
Why?
That's
You
Jeff.
have a bedroom.
Well, but it also depends though with Jeff, you know, because he just likes one certain area at a time. So like, for example, if he's out in the living room, he'll do nothing but sleep on the freaking couch with the TV. Or if, you know, he's feeling like the bed, he'll take the TV and everything in there and never come out to the living room. It's one or the other with that guy. And I'm like, I don't understand. You're paying $400, $500, $600, $700 for an apartment to live in.
He needs
And
an
yet you're
efficiency,
only
that's what he
yeah,
needs.
that's what I'm saying. You just need a studio, bro. No. At that point, you need a studio.
Stick to one room, man.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
back to conspiracy theories about 9/11. Even though
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't believe it, I do think that like stage demolition, like when it's falling like that, like,
I'm on the fence.
like I'm a little on the fence about that.
I've seen some shit like, you know, growing up. And I say growing up, but I was. What year was that? 91? Not 91.
2001.
2001 is what I meant to say. Growing up from that point, I always believed that, you know, it's a terrorist attack. But within the past couple of years, I've been seeing some shit. I'm like, dude, shit ain't adding up.
Right. It ain't.
I'm not going to go
Sometimes
there, but
Sometimes it's not adding up and whatever, but you can look up articles that can support that fact, and you can look up articles that don't. It's just what you believe in, what you think you know at this point, you know, because like we don't want to get into, you know, offending people that's family
That's
has
true.
died and
Yeah.
stuff like that, but at the same time, you know, could it have been an inside job? Could it have not been? Which is crazy to
I get what
think.
you're saying. You don't want to offend anybody, but I don't think that it might still offend people. I don't think it should, because we're not saying that people didn't die or making fun
Sure.
of them. We're talking about government
motive. What would be the motive
being behind it.
that,
I
you
don't know, like wage war because war brings money
That's true.
and whatever other reasons they need.
Well, I was about to say, like, you know, there was something with gas, too, that I was reading an article that they need gasoline, and Iraq was producing a lot of oil and gasoline
Yeah.
and shit like that, and, you know, Iraq and Iran, all them countries, they're like, you know, the leading source of, what is it, petroleum and shit like that.
Yeah.
So, when we were getting low on that, that was our way to get in there and actually just take it.
But I will say, I might be contradicting myself. the whole thing with conspiracy theory people, they're against media, they're against what the government tells them, but they're perfectly okay with reading some weird fucking article online or YouTube
Yeah, that could have
video.
been easily written by...
Media is all fake. This fucking random dude in his basement,
This YouTube video...
Top notch.
total legit, man.
And it's awesome because in the argument they would have sit there and come at you and you're like, okay, where's your facts? And they show you this idiot in the fucking basement. And you're like, that's not facts.
Like, I'm believing this guy that's got 1 million subs and has ads on
I
his
read
videos.
this article online. I read articles too, man.
Right.
Yeah.
It'd be one thing if you read like a scientific
you're
journal
cherry
or
picking,
something.
man.
But
You're cherry picking.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
cherry picking.
Which,
clearly.
you know, I could be, being considered, what's the word I'm looking for?
Hypocrite?
Yeah, hypocrite.
What is stated fact is when people actually go into there. So, like, for example, like, you have what the government says, which is not fact. It's more man-based opinion. And then you got what the experts, now were the experts paid to say a certain thing, but whatever,
Yeah.
the experts that go in there, scientists and whatever, and they sit there and they say, oh, well, da-da-da with this part of the building.
Yeah, math doesn't add up
You
here.
know, math doesn't add- yeah.
Math does add up here.
Right.
Yeah, that's actually what I would take as factual
Yeah.
information
Which,
and not
speaking of
opinion.
9/11, to go with that, I've seen some shit with the Pentagon. With how the plane landed, it looks like it, if you look at the picture, it looks like it was on the ground going straight. It didn't come from the sky. That's what a lot of people would believe. Because the damage of the, where the blast was, they think it's just a bomb. They don't think a plane hit it at all.
Really?
And there's no footage of that plane. They saw the Twin Tower footage, no footage of the Pentagon when it got hit. And the
Right.
Pentagon has cameras everywhere around it.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that stuff like that makes me think, like, okay, maybe it is possible.
Maybe. Because like I said, when you see the building fall, it's weird.
I will say, like, one good thing about that happening is everybody was at a panic. Nobody knew what to do.
Yeah.
Security was light. Security detail was light. Nobody paid security or had security like they do nowadays.
Yeah.
Also on top of that, like, police officers and firefighters, they're more, like, they're more together now. They have plans for if this happens, for if that happens, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
As opposed to what we had back then, which was you get a call, you
Right.
go to it.
Yeah.
Now there's plans behind every move.
So, kind of needed something like that to make for a better future, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fucked up as it is.
Yeah, as messed up as it is that all them people
Look at the
died,
glass
but
half full.
it made a bet.
I heard, again, conspiracy theories that whether or not aliens are real, the government has plans to defend itself against an alien attack.
Oh,
I
yeah,
heard-
we got
I heard
lasers, dude.
I heard that they have plans for that, which makes you think, well, maybe aliens are real.
Oh yeah, maybe aliens are real, and
or
also
or they're just practical.
or on top of that, I was wondering. I've always wondered this though too. Is like, everybody has the fear, or some people actually do, but they never really think about it. But if they do, the fear is of a meteor. But do we have plans against that?
Yeah, I mean,
Do we have so like?
I don't know, man.
But what I don't like is people saying that we need to go to a different planet so we don't get hit by a meteor. When you know how many resources it's going to take, we might as well just destroy the meteor or find some different way to get rid of the meteor.
Right.
Go to a different planet.
Yeah, it'd be the easiest way to do it. But anyways, we're going a little long, so we're going to cut this short right here. Thank you guys for watching. We're about to record another one, so stay tuned for next week. And yeah.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe.
See ya.
Thank you, Marshawn.